Next on Worcester News Tonight, honoring our veterans. A look at today's ceremonies in Worcester. Plus, Holy Cross Athletics set to get a major facelift. We'll tell you when construction will begin. Good evening, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim McCone. Veterans Day parades taking place across the country. Here in Worcester, this year's parade had a brand new route. It included the city's World War II Memorial, which expects to be completed by next year. Our Andy Madison has a look at today's celebration.
They marched down Main Street, walking toward a large American flag and past a crowd gathered to say thank you.
We're here to give our support to the veterans and the people who are good enough to march in the parade.
Veterans, families, city leaders, all part of the celebration for those who have served.
You guys want orange juice?
The day started at Veterans Inc. with a pancake breakfast.
It's exciting. It's exciting to see this hall filled up with all sorts of young folks, veterans, families. It's a great time being here at Veterans Inc.
Let us remember the United States Army.
And after the parade, the city honored World War II veterans.
Still have a lot of World War II veterans here in the city of Worcester, and we're hoping to have that memorial done. We want to make sure that we show our appreciation as time goes on, that they can enjoy it.
Central Massachusetts is home to 150,000 veterans. Veterans who have served all military branches and have served with those who never came home. Today, the community gathers to say thank you and pay tribute for defending our freedom.
To me, it's a day to remember the sacrifices that our men and women have made for our freedoms and for our safety, and that they continue to make.
I hope that everybody says thank you to a veteran, not just today, but as often as they can.
Andy Madison, Worcester News Tonight.
An emotional ceremony at Green Hill Park focused on honoring the service of veterans from the Vietnam War. The ceremony took place at the state's Vietnam Memorial and hosted veterans, family of veterans, and elected officials. Among those in attendance was Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito. She helped lay a wreath down in commemoration of the fallen veterans during the Vietnam War. The ceremony also honored the Vietnam veterans who made it home safely. Polito says they did not receive the proper honor when they returned home in the 70s.
These are men and women who served our country, and when they came home, they did not receive the proper attention and respect and honor for their service to our country. And that's why today at this memorial we can state that and then show the respect that these veterans deserve in serving our country.
District Attorney Joseph Early, as well as Mayor Joe Petty and many city councilors were at the ceremony as well. On this Veterans Day, a community honors one of their own. Northbridge dedicates a memorial square to a soldier who died serving our country in Afghanistan. Our Olivia Lemon was there for the emotional ceremony and has more.
Just warms my heart to see it placed in this location where John grew up, right around the corner.
Michael Dawson and his family unveil a new memorial for their son in Northbridge Wednesday. Corporal John Dawson was killed in action in April while serving in Afghanistan.
I thank the community of Northbridge and everyone who showed up today for their support over the last 7 months or so since my son was lost.
Corporal John M. Dawson Square has a plaque and bench paying tribute to him. It's in the neighborhood where he grew up and his family still lives.
I think this is how, as a community, we can remember the sacrifices that are being made by people that we see every day.
Senator Michael Moore says it's important for people to remember the sacrifices young men and women make every day to fight for our country.
Unless this tragedy happens and it's brought home to people, I think people forget that we have our sons and daughters overseas right now.
Dozens attended the Veterans Day dedication. Moore says the town of Northbridge came together to support Dawson's family after his death.
I think this is a great showing from the town of Northbridge, and they should have a lot of pride and proud of the showing that's here today.
It's very nice to see people from this town, and as you can see, there are many veterans and different veterans organizations that came here to honor Corporal John Dawson.
I'm sure heartwarming to the family that the dedication is so close to their home.
Dawson's father says the memorial is beautiful and the support he and his family have gotten from the community is great.
I am really at a loss for words, and in seeing this square and the absolute beauty of it.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
The City Council takes steps to strengthen Worcester's tobacco control ordinances. The move would include new places where people would not be allowed to smoke, including public parks. Today we caught up with City Councilor Michael Gaffney, who says it may be difficult to enforce, but it doesn't mean it won't be effective.
We're going to be able to enforce. It's actually we're hoping that most people are good people and they're going to comply with it. We understand that there are people there's a lot of things going on in parks that shouldn't be going on, but people should be able to bring their kids to a playground without the smokers, without cigarette butts in the mulch.
This has a closer look at the new tobacco ordinance.
The Worcester City Council is one step closer to banning smoking in places like bus shelters, city-owned parks, and hospitals.
Adds Worcester to many cities, about 40 or 50 other communities in Massachusetts that have already done this. It's long overdue, and I think it's an important step in protecting the public health.
The proposed changes would strengthen the city's already in place tobacco control ordinance. The city administration presented the provision Tuesday, and councilors overwhelmingly approved it. Now advertising can begin before a final vote to make it law.
The reality of it is that we really need to take a look at making sure that we're providing healthy environments for everybody. And especially important for me was making sure that our parks were free of smoke, especially where our children are playing there.
The ordinance would also increase fines for no smoking in buffer zones from $25 to $100. It also will establish a $300 fine for violation of retail sales permits and sales to minors. City Manager Ed Augustus says it's all about protecting public health.
We know there's a tremendous amount of evidence that secondhand smoke has negative health consequences, and we want to protect our kids. We want to protect anybody who might be allergic or has some kind of health ailment where being exposed to that secondary smoke could have a negative effect on their health.
Patricia Nicholas, Worcester News Tonight.
2 people are hospitalized after a serious car accident in Holden Wednesday afternoon. It happened on Doyle Road. The 3-vehicle crash included a tractor-trailer. State and Holden police are investigating, but say it appears one of the cars crossed the yellow lines.
The trailer truck was heading southbound towards Worcester, and the other 2 vehicles were traveling northbound into Holden. It does appear that the northbound traffic might have crossed into the southbound lane. Still under investigation at this time.
Again, 2 people were taken to the hospital. Their conditions are not known at this time. Auburn police respond to the town's post office for a reported motor vehicle accident, but find a lot more. While investigating, police found a live shotgun cartridge inside one of the vehicles. The driver of that vehicle, Daniel Carver, did not have a license to carry the firearm. Further investigation revealed Carver also had a loaded revolver. Carver is from Vermont. He was arrested without incident and will be charged with unlawfully carrying a firearm and possession of ammunition without a license. Police arrest a former Worcester Public School employee again for violating his probation. Alexander Johnson, who lives here, was charged with sending nude photos. You may remember Johnson was first arrested back in September for exchanging child pornography photos. He was released on the condition he does not use the internet. Johnson was arraigned Monday. The prosecution asked for no bail, but the judge denied this request. However, more guidelines have been included to his probation, including a GPS ankle bracelet. The College of the Holy Cross announced today that they have raised enough of the estimated construction costs to begin the renovations of the Hart Center. The school has signed a contract with a construction management firm to start work on the project. The project includes the renovation and expansion of the Hart Center, and work may begin as early as December and will likely be completed in the summer of 2018.